I'm Joshykins, and I should be recording live. I'm goddamn sorry, just figuring out this damn thing. Okay, it's live. Hello, I'm Joshykins, and I am using. Oh shit! I can actually change this thing. I'm actually using the YouTube streaming service. So this is the first time. I believe this is actually going to be saved. You know what? I was so nervous setting this thing up that I never sent the links for the live broadcast that I actually usually send out. This is. Okay, so this is saving. Okay, good. I'm really sorry about this. You're getting to hear parts of, that's it. It's not showing that live viewers, I guess. Processing archive. Oh, fuck. I don't know what's going on. This is all brand new to me, so I'll just, send the link around just on Twitter. Sorry again, this is like, they're starting the new service. I've known this is going on for a while, but the thing is, my YouTube channel actually hadn't changed. So this was like, I was just recording with Extra Happy earlier, and yeah, this happened. So I'm just really unsure of how this is actually turning up on the YouTubes. I'm just going to check my channel before actually starting. Let's see, videos. Let's see. Can you actually see this? Okay, so you might not actually be able to see this live anymore, I guess. Fuck. For any of you still watching, my name is Joshykins, and this is my weekly broadcast of All Hail the Shadowbinder, my podcast for my Fly Rising account. And I actually began this earlier, not because I was thinking, I'm just going to mess around and do the newfangled way. I was doing it because I'm going to be doing a rated match. If you're unsure of what that exactly means, it is when you battle a fellow Fly Rising clan. So hopefully, that's why I began earlier, because sometimes it can take a while, and there's 0 people watching, but that's normal. And I'm just seeing if there's a link I can send you guys. Enable live chat, so I guess somehow you're able to see this. Server URL. Ooh. Let me see if this works. I'm really sorry, folks. I should have been doing this earlier, but I was just okay, that does shit. So, welcome to All Hail the Shadowbinder. And, okay, this time I can do shit without actually having to look how much you can see. So, here we go. And hopefully you can see, everything there. Woo! This is really interesting for me, because I'm actually seeing it on the screen, and I just amuse myself way too damn much, but here we go. And before I update you on the dragon, since I am looking at let's see, view, resolution, frame rate, scale, projector. I'm so sorry. Share your stream. You need to authorize at least one social media account. This is how I share the stream. Woo! Woohoo! Let's see. Sorry. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure. But yeah, there's been a Jashikins. Okay. Yeah, there's been a new gene added that I'm actually really excited about. And that is the peregrine. Now, for any of those of you who aren't just huge Animorphs fans, you won't know that actually Jake, the leader of the Animorphs, his bird of prey morph is the peregrine falcon. So of course, when I saw the gene, that's the first thing that came to mind. Oh my god, Jake. And so I was already going to be doing Jake. Okay, I was already going to be doing a Jake dragon, but instead of the peregrine falcon morph, I was going to be doing... Okay. Oh, a view tweet? Oh, never mind. Okay. But so, instead of a tiger morph, once I saw the peregrine gene, I was like, oh my god. This is perfect. Now, so instead of the tiger morph, I'm going to have to be doing Jake in peregrine falcon. And then my next train of thought was the fact that, hey, my Tobias dragon, this, as you can see, the looks for the wings is just perfect for really any kind of bird. So after I get my Tobias dragon, I'm going to be looking at switching genes. And just like so, yeah, I was so super excited. I did a couple of posts on my clan's Facebook page, just like really excited. Yeah, woohoo! The perfect gene. I was so happy. Of course, since I can actually wait a while to get it, I won't actually be racing off to get it right now. Besides, one of the big projects I have is turning CO2 into a wild claw. And those scrolls to turn him into a wild claw are really expensive. So I'm going to be working on that before I get, into getting the genes. Although, if I do rank up the treasure, and the majority of my treasure is in my vault, so I don't actually go around spending it all. Because I get some treasure and I have to spend it all. So, as the majority of this episode is going to be waiting for the raid match, I'm going to speed this part up a little bit. And the two dragons I really have to talk about, I think I showed you Lorne and Alfangor last time. If not, I'll do that next. But I finally got my Alfangor, and I bought him from the auction house. There was no breeding. And he wasn't born with the tiger gene. You can see the loveliness right there. Alright, let's see right there. But I decided that I really want to have... I thought he looked really much better with the genes, and the reason for the coloring is I wanted him to have a close color scheme to Birchrock. I'm not pronouncing that right probably, and I created the damn character. So that's why the similar coloring. Besides that, mirror dragons for me have been the Andalite dragons. And then I wanted him to be blue. Although, no, future dragons named after Andalites might not have that bluish color scheme. Yeah, it's like so cool. So I sort of, I guess, cheated to get him. Yeah, and his one piece of apparel is a forest green arm wraps around, you can see around this leg here. Thinks it makes him look a little more badass. And he is the head of the warrior department because, of course, because he's Alfangor. Then this one I actually bred. Oh shit, sorry, I didn't mean to close out that window. The one I actually bred was Martin Vidal, and I was breeding him for a friend. My friend has a Terminator original character called Martin Vidal, and so I basically asked him what sort of dragon and what coloring he wanted, and so we ended up choosing this basic color scheme, and I showed it to him once Martin had hatched, and Marty was happy. So yay! And Martin is more light colored than I usually do for my dragons. As you can see, they're more dark colored. And then Marty's over here like, hi! I still have not sold C3. My Blight Rising username is Jashikins, and you can go to these profiles and buy the dragons. I'm selling C3. Still selling them again. I dropped him down to 300,000 treasure. He has no parents, so he's, first gen. Trying to sell him forever. Buy him. Salusa. Let's see. No, I haven't. Not selling her yet. I still have to breed her. Blackthorn, she's leveled up to level 5. I haven't messed with any of her stats, so you can make her to be whatever the hell you want her to be. Yay! Sorry. Then Al. And he's nicely cinnamon bun colored, and I've had him leveled up to level 5. And these are ones that either failed, for the breeding projects, or they're just, I just bred the pair for exalt fodder. Leviathan, a nice sky dancer female. Verger, who is named after the Star Wars character, the same name. Was really fucking obsessed with the character for a while. Darth Vader, LOL. Ridgeback male. Yeah, let's see. Floopity. Just a fucking funny name. And doesn't really seem to be any pauses. I keep on checking the screen to see, how much of the screen is there. So yay! So floopity. And I'm now releasing my dragons with bios, short bios, just cuz. And his bio reads, floopity needs no explanation because floopity. I think I don't really have a good sense of humor, and I have a really bad grasp on comedy, so maybe that's not funny at all. Hal, named after Hal 9000 from 2001: A Space Odyssey and the sequel 2010. And I must say, this Hal is hands down my favorite artificial intelligence in fiction. No arguing. She's just awesome. Violet. And I named her Violet because of the color of her wings. Sort of a purplish color. The color is actually, Flight Rising says, mulberry. And let's see. And that's all. So let me put the screen there. And go to the Coliseum. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Viewers 0. Woohoo! 0 viewers! Yay! You get to see the first 2 or 3 minutes of me panicking recorded. Yay! Yay! Whatever. And you notice me usually always clicking Monster Battle. Now we're going to choose something else. I'm waiting till all my dragons have, leveled up so I can mess with their stats all at once. So yeah. Let's see, with Kaliforna, I actually do need to work on her defenses because right now her intelligence for spellcasting is 50, so, and lower, I need to work on the defenses. Bam. So here's going to be the long journey. There's 27 combatants online, and we'll see about the rated match. Now, in case it's weird and gives me an opponent really quickly, what happens is that I'm going to actually be fighting with the user and not the computer. So there's not going to be 3 battles. This is only going to be 1 battle, 1 rated match, and these are only going to happen every 5 episodes of All Hail the Shadowbinder. Let's go. Okay, selecting this option will attempt to match you up with an opponent around the same level. Once an opponent is found, the battle will begin immediately. I'm going to have to check back later to see how clearly it is because I have this screen of up all it will go, so I think so. Search. Yeah. So I'm going to just wait until maybe 1:45, 2 o'clock. So this is just going to be me talking now. And I'm just going to leave it on the screen purely just in case, I get an opponent. Some people have actually, to do quicker matches, I guess, have just gone all level 1s. If I had any of the Excel fodder for this episode, I would have done that. I think that just to get quicker. But yeah. I actually go from time to time to the Flight Rising Tumblr called Drama Rising. Basically everyone unleashes their drama. This drama, that drama, and sometimes it's interesting, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's fun just to see how the drama evolves. There might be this one tiny microscopic thing, and then all of a sudden it just keeps on going and going and going and going, and it's so recently someone was talking about naming one of their dragons Moon. For those of you unaware, the meme is basically about this silly wolf that makes a dumb face, and it got started by this finding your werewolf name, and someone got the result of Moon. And so an example of one of the things that shouldn't have been taken that seriously, I think because a person or two used the word retarded, and Moon, I guess, suddenly evolved as this meme that people took offense to because they then decided that Moon was making fun of, retarded people and the disabled, and therefore was ableist. For those of you who don't know what ableist is, it's basically racism against disabled people. Long story short, and I'm sorry if someone wants to correct me on the chronology of Moon, please do, because I never really followed it that closely. It was just like one day it's there and the next day it's evolving into this whole big argument and debate, and then people like, oh my god, you mentioned Moon, blah blah blah. So I was like, I took it like I do a lot of things on the internet. It's like just learning enough to keep me informed, but besides that, nope. So, the one person on Drama Rising talked about naming one of their dragons Moon. And then it's like started this whole argument. I'm going to have to go back later, like tonight, sometimes after this podcast, just to check it out. And so there's now like a screaming match between the people going, oh my god, aren't you, you're such a horrible ableist piece of scum. And like the original person basically saying that, I just saw I had, good fond memories of Moon. I didn't like to use the word retarded, and so I guess she never really used that in connection, because not everyone used the R word in connection to Moon. So it was just like all this overnaming a fictional dragon. All this big debate and all this flame war stuff going over naming a fucking dragon. And, people having disagreements over the defense of you can't tell someone who's disabled that to be offended or not. And it's just, I'm just disabled myself, and I can tell you there are times when people have to tell me there's nothing really to take offense here. And we're still searching for an opponent. Yay. This is actually it takes such a long time to find an opponent that some people have thought this was broken. I remember trying for like 5 or 10 minutes sometimes to get this to work, and I was like, oh, it doesn't really work, and it's having to check up. So yeah. Woohoo! Searching for the opponent. Woot woot. Woot woot. Hi. Okay, let's see. I can actually. Okay, I don't know if this changed its size for you on your end or not, but yeah. Oh, shit. Let's see. Ta-da! Okay. This is why I'm only doing this actually only every 5 episodes, because it's like I have to be entertaining for a little bit. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, let's find other Flight Rising stuff to talk about. I'm really thinking of joining the Plague Flight, and I know I missed it. I've been saying that for really forever. Okay. Set source, help, broadcast. I'm not going to mess with the broadcast thing until I know until I'm sure that I'm not going to accidentally stop this. No, it's sort of bad protocol. Hey, I'm recording this. Nope. Woo. Okay. But yeah, I've been thinking about going to the plague flight for forever. A friend is actually wanting to borrow one of my nests, and for those of you who don't know, one thing about different flights is that depending on the flight your egg is hatched in means, the different eye colors. And some people like to, get different eye colors for the dragons. And so I think nest sitting or whatever is a thing, nest borrowing, whatever you call it. I might actually do that for one of my future dragons. Yay. But yeah, so I might be staying in Shadowflight just for her. And plus, again, as I said before, like the only reason I am like staying in Shadowflight is because it makes things easier. And Flame Forger ended recently. And like throughout the entire festival, I was leveling up dragons to exalt and also sell before exalting. Yeah. And I think there's supposed to be, a plague and ice dominance battle. One thing that happens on Flight Rising is whatever festival it is, that's the flight that gets, dominance for that week. So now there's going to be another dominance battle. And I'm happy because I am selling Exalt fodder. And during this time, dragons will get, more expensive. Or I think at least people are more willing to. So I have a nice collection of little Exalt fodder. So I'm happy. I'm like, this is really good timing. Yeah. And as you can see, nothing has happened. Sort of my fault a little bit. Because I have level 15, 16, and 17 dragons. Come on. And I should have figured out all this live streaming thing before. And maybe there would be more of a chance. Maybe not. Who knows? Nothing has happened. Ooh. 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 I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm nearly done doing my dramatic reading of Animorphs #1, The Invasion by Kay Applegate. I checked the chapters. I noticed I was getting further along in the book. I was like, this seems like it's nearly the end, so if all goes right, just 2 more weeks of... Actually, 3 more weeks, because 2 weeks will be just me doing the chapters, and the 3rd week will be me doing 5 things that stood out to me in the book, and the blooper reel all put together. Yeah. And then me making my announcement of what book to read that I'm going to read next, and I'll take probably a few weeks off. And I'm like, At the start, I started doing the dramatic reading of the first Ian Morse book. I was like, I really actually know of what I'm going to read next. I'll just read the second, third one, get through that series, then start reading other things. Then I start going. I'm right now. Josh Reads has 3 subscribers, so I'm really happy about that. But at the same time, it's like I'll probably get more viewers by reading something that's more recent and more in the more people's eyes. So I decided I'm not going to read the second book in the Anmore series. And then that led me to think of what book I'd read. I was thinking Red Dragon, but the season has ended. I have still to watch the final episode. And so I don't know about really that. So I'm thinking either probably Mockingjay or maybe the Scorch Trials. The Scorch Trials, for those of you who don't know, is the second book in the Maze Runner series. The first movie did decent. It wasn't the book exactly, and it's unfortunately one of those films where you're like, well, in the book it explains this and that. And so with the second movie, I'm like, they can go so wrong since they've already started. But then again, it has Littlefinger from Game of Thrones, so I'm like, yeah, even if it sucks, I would love to see him in it because he's really perfect for a role of someone working for Wicked. Oh, God. Why did I do that? I didn't mean to click that. Bad. Bad you. Bad. No, I didn't mean to click that. Why the hell do you keep on... The hell? I'm sorry, now it's blank. Ta-da. Okay. If I just click over here, will you go away? Okay. Oh, fuck. I don't know what's going on anymore. Let's see. Oh, fuck. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to wait around 10 more minutes. See if I get any luck. My computer seems to be heating a little bit. Ta-da. Yay. I don't believe, you get any dominance points, towards dominance through rated matches. At least the 2 or 3 times I've done this before, that really never seemed to be the case. So yeah, that's... Yeah. So many things I can talk that are interesting. Well, for 5 awesome robots, the only one I have left to do for that is HAL 9000. And then after that, it's what exactly I review after. What's my next movie review? I was like, maybe one of the Final Destination movies. Because, they're not good. But they are the first two I would definitely recommend if you're trying to follow the story. And then the fifth one, because that one's actually decent too. Like the first two movies set up really everything you have to know about the series. The fact that you start out with characters, one of them foresees something and so they're able to avoid a horrible accident. And yeah, that's like it. And so the rest of the movie is each one dying, and in the second one you find out that death does things differently each time. And in the fourth movie it's revealed that the premonitions there were actually death just screwing around, and that was death's design. I guess death finally learned, hey, these premonition things, I can use them to my advantage. And there's people that have come up with wonderful theories. But, I was talking about Final Destination because it doesn't look like we're really going to be getting anywhere this episode. So, yeah, there's probably... This is going to be every 5th episode. Extremely boring unless we get actual someone. That's why I really need to start earlier. Oh, damn it. After this, I'm going to take a nice long cold shower and think about the bad things I've done. Yeah. Okay. I'm so damn hungry. For some reason. I'm still waiting. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah. I'm sorry if this episode is really full of the one that's like, all this information. Nah. So yeah, if this is the first episode of All Hail the Shadowbinder you're watching, things are usually different. Come on. Come on. Usually it ends with 3 lovely battles that I usually win, I think. Oh yeah. Fuck. And this one is just full of me going, well, nothing's happening now. And if this actually works, I'm going to be doing this instead of going to Google Plus Hangouts, at least for All Hail the Shadowbinder. Because this actually seems better. I don't really see any delay here. I'm going to have to, of course, check it out when it's recorded. And we have a few more seconds remaining before I totally give up on it this episode. I actually really would love just to stand by forever, just to make you know that, yeah, you can get rated matches from time to time. I also, yeah, really probably need to use my Exalt fodder when they're on level 1s. It'll be easier. Or at least level 5 won't be as high as like 16 and 17. So, okay. I'm canceling it, and this is sort of why I wanted to get on earlier. Just, it's, when I started waiting, it was around 654 or something, and now it's 583. Okay. And that's it for this episode of All Hail the Shadowbinder. Thank you very much for watching. Like if you just survived like probably the first 2 or 5 minutes of me freaking out going, what the fuck? This is a new thing. I don't know about this new thing. But thank you so much. Next episode of All Hail the Shadowbinder. This is my first time doing this on this X split screen or whatever, so yeah, next time will be much better. And I have been Jashikins owner at jashikins.blogspot.com. Once I get to adding the links down there, you'll see the links to my clan's Facebook page where I post updates about Flight Rising and updates about my clan, as well as adding stuff about clan lore and such, and how one of my dream projects is going. And I do have trivia, and I'm actually going to make it so that in the future, like every now and again, you can actually interact with one of my dragons, ask them questions, and just interact. So, hey. Also below will be the links to my Fiverr account. And if you're wanting something written about one of your Flight Rising dragons, and you wanted like 5,000 words or for one little story, you can go to my Fiverr account and I'll write it. I also have joined the Patreon bandwagon, and yeah, I have a few rewards. One is that you'll get updates and insider info about my upcoming ebooks, and once a month I'll be doing a 30-minute exclusive vlog. Same thing with the insider info about the ebooks, and just information way ahead of time. So yeah. And the links again are down in the description if you're watching this on my blog. They're on the sidebar thingy, and my and the Fiverr account though is under the link Ryan Shop. Yeah. And so this goddamn new thing I'm trying out because YouTube decided to say, hey, we're doing this live streaming thing, so we'll see how it goes. And until next video, goodbye. And now I have to figure out of how to stop it. Local record. No, not that. No. So yeah, you get to see me do this. Share your stream. No. God damn it. Let's see. Share stream.